Hello and welcome back to all you Toy Time Studio subscribers, YouTubers, social media platform viewers, all the toy freaks and geeks, toy addicts and fanatics, all the comic book fanboy and fangirls. Gather around, reunite, assemble. It's time to go back in time. Uh I guess I'll just date myself. I was born in 1980. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just before we go back, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching live. Thanks for watching on the rewind. I know it's a little early, it's daytime for an episode. I'm off today. Let's uh let's get into this little flashback here. I promised an episode on Wizard Comics. Now, those of you might be thinking to yourself, what is Wizard Comics? As you can see here is an example. Back in the day, in the 90s, when I started collecting, we had Wizard Comics. And let's see, priced here at $3.95 US, $4.95 Canada. And it was basically the guide to comics. It says it right there. That's what it was. It had all the top artists, top writers, coverage on everything. Um, it had a price guide in it. What we thought most importantly, it also was the beginning of what is now considered the Hot 10, Top 10, which is weekly now. It would have been monthly back then. Um, Back then, Overstreet Price Guide was pretty much the authority until the online market really kicked in. So, as you can see here, the really cool thing about Wizard Comics back then is you always had all this great art by great artists who were top artists at the time. Still, some of them still are. And you also used to always get a bunch of cool stuff with it. So, as you can see behind here, I have quite an assortment of them from over the years. Like I was into it. Like I would read through every page pretty much, read everything, look at the price guide, check my stuff, which I didn't have that much back then. So, and I still have all the cards. Sometimes it would come with a little free comic or offers for free comic books. Uh Other little swag, little promotions. So I figured, you know what? I'll go through one and show you, give you the experience, what we used to do in the 90s when we used to get one of these, open it up, because it used to come poly bag just like this. So this one is open already. It came poly bagged. Let's see, maybe the one behind it might be. Well, we'll take a look. So as you can see here, Wizard number 18. Uh, and also behind here, you see like, okay, they also had special editions as well. Um, they used to do like special editions based on artist or character, hot books, all types of stuff. So in this case, the free card is a Chromium Dale Keown's Pit card, which I actually already have, but I'm going to keep this, put it in a sleeve and a card holder to protect it. I just have them in a different section where I can just pull them out anytime I want to and research, because on the back, usually there of comic cards, there's usually stats or some kind of information, and it's good reference material, just basic stuff. So we're gonna see if this one's polybagged fully. I doubt it is now. Now that I think about it, who in their right mind would not want to take the free stuff out and like enjoy it? Okay, looks like we have an example here. Okay, and also I'd like to thank Zap Comics in Wayne, New Jersey. They This is where I picked up these. Now, oh, you just noticed this one is Twisted Toy Fair, another special edition. They used to do a toy magazine eventually as well called Toy Fair. So, oh man, this one's open as well. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll pull it out, take the free cards out. So in this case, the free cards were a DC Legionnaires card, promoting their Cosmic Teams trading cards back in the day by Skybox. This is 1993. Yeah. So this is going back 31 years. Okay. And then in this case, the Max card, Sam Keith, so the Max. These Chromium cards were awesome. They had a different one every month, and I used to love getting them. That was actually one thing I really looked forward to was getting those damn cards. Let's try this one too. Might as well see if it's fully polybagged because I really want to show you what it's like to just open one up. Ooh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in luck. This one is fully polybagged, unopened. Okay, so uh, in this case, to make it easier, instead of pulling it apart and doing all that, I'm going to use the X-Acto knife. And we are off and running, as they say in the track world, well, the horse track, racetrack. All right, so number 17, freshly opened for the first time ever. Okay, and the promo cards. Oh, this was big back in the day. Death of Superman, Doomsday card, promo card promoting, and it says prototype right here. Okay, this would be 1992. And Doomsday, the Death of Superman trading cards with artwork and copy from the Superman teams, 4 bonus Spectre cards, original art, all types of cool stuff. That was awesome back then. I think I have that one already as well. And this one of my personal favorites that I'm glad was still in the bag, but Todd McFarlane is one of my favorite artists, and it is Christmas time. It is the Christmas season, holiday season for those who don't celebrate Christmas, but Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. Festivus for the rest of us. And Santa Todd, look at that. That's awesome. And it has a little bit of a blue foil etching, but just to see a Todd McFarlane card from back in the day, he has a little spawn button, signature, style. Very cool. So, and on the back, it says, Santa Todd says, I love you. Thanks for making Spawn such a success. Merry Christmas and best wishes to everyone in 1993. And the image logo. Pretty cool, huh? So those two came in the Wizard number 17. Now, wait, there's something else right here. All right, I think I remember what this is. I have this somewhere. All right, we got Fanimation, Upper Deck, 1992 football series, 1 foil packs. Used to have these inserts. And as you can see here, oh, this is awesome. It's in mint condition too. It's great. So, Jim Lee, right here. Very cool. So, look for Upper Deck Fanimation cards in the Upper Deck Company's 1992 Football Series 2 foil packs. Upper Deck Fanimation cards are drawn by Image comic artists Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld. So wait, where's Liefeld's signature? I don't see it on this one. Oh, okay, I understand now. All right, so I guess Dan Marino back in the day. And I don't know who that one is. What team does it say for him? I don't know. I don't see Liefeld's signature on here either. So yeah, Dan Machine Gun Marino, it says actually, and Eric the Raider Dickerson. Ah, yes. So he was still around at that time. All right, very cool. And on the back is just plain, but that's going to get put in the bag and board for sure. I'll use the same one that it came with. So already right there, you got 3 pieces of free cool swag with your purchase back in the day. And that was like every month they used to do that. So it came kind of like in almost like a graphic novel style thickness over here, you see. And then a little nicer card stock, not card stock, but a heavier stock on the front page. And then it usually had a fold out. So as you can see here, Bloodshot, Solar, Man of the Atom, Exo Manowar, Magnus, I believe, the robot fighter, and then some other dudes over here, a team or something. But this is the Valiant universe back then in the 90s, which had just kicked off. it was pretty cool. And you can see, yeah, and then it tells you a little something. This would go over current events, all types of cool stuff. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna give you that feel. The time machine is real, and definitely gonna take a trip down memory lane right here. Let's let's get some of this stuff off there. All right. So bear with me here. We're gonna go down a little bit here so we can really show you. So every month, so we'd start out, and I used to read through this like all the time. So it had promos for stuff coming up, letter from the publisher, usually with some kind of cool picture from some comic convention back in its heyday before it was like monstrously big like it is now, the way it used to be originally. They used to do wizard cons too in like different major cities across the country. So then you had your table of contents, which goes over like pretty much your layout for stuff, some kind of notice for a prize, win gold and platinum Unity number ones. Unity from when yeah, that was pretty cool. Uh, and as you can see right here, this is the first ever cover of Wizard. I think I have that somewhere in the storage unit, in the McFarlane section, but uh, so that means I didn't open it and read it back in the day. I picked it up as an adult. But very, very awesome cover. Homage to Fantasia, I believe. Spider Man. And then guest editorial right here. All right. Then Wizard News. Here's Marvel, 1993. The cool thing, too, they used to do a top 10 books and like a value, and then hot 10. And then they used to do top 10 artists, top 10 writers. So check this out. All right. Another ad. West End goodies, all types of little tidbits and notes, things to read through. Then some ads for Comic Fest 93 in Philadelphia. All right. The guide and Wizard was always at these back then. You know, it became, and like I said, take notice that this was like trade paperback style as far as size wise, because it changes later as they went and got older. So collecting comics in the 90s, Marvel UK trying to get some traction. Palmer's Picks. I actually my buddy at the LCS, he uh he did an episode on his podcast about this. I definitely should give it another listen because it's about Palmer's Picks. Some more ads. Another ad at the controls. Glenn Rubenstein, 16-year-old authority on video games. His weekly column appears in All right, so I guess this is a guest spot talking about video games. An advertisement for Marvel Masterpieces. Original artwork from Joe Jusko. All right. And this was an ad for Supercard and Comics. There were a lot of comic stores around back in the day. That was like the time when everybody thought you're just gonna buy some recent comics and like save them and then pay for college with them. Not quite how it works. So as you can see here, some more video game section here. Then we go into a little drawing section here. All right. An ad for X Factor. All right. Joe Quesada debut. Ha, that's great. Oh man, he rose through the ranks. No one probably thought his career was gonna go which way it went at this point, you know? Brutes and Babes, drawing powerful comics with Bart Sears. And look at that artwork. Like Bart Sears was awesome. I mean, that it's very stylistic, very comic appropriate. Like it had to be exaggerated, cool, buff. Okay, so let's see here. What is this? all right, some covers, right? A whole bunch of covers, black and white, color, and then some Hollywood TV stuff back then, which wasn't as much as it is now. But we did have some comic content as TV shows back then, right? Another ad. An ad for something, I guess before CGC was definitely before CGC might have even been a thing, but something to like pres- bring your collectibles into the light. So kind of like a case that lights up. Pretty cool back then. Who would have thought? Some more TV stuff. Another ad for a comic. More TV animated stuff. X Men. Well, look at this. This is before X Men was the thing. The animated show. The X Men cartoons a go. The X Men movies a no. What the hell did they know back then? Obviously, look at what happened when they finally did it. I mean, yes, X Men '97 when the cartoon started. Yeah, that was the right thing. But they were scared. They just didn't know what they were doing. Okay, advertisement for another shop somewhere. Some more movie stuff. What else? Wizard, no problem. Wizard is best thing that the. Ooh, okay. So it's subscription. This is when you used to actually subscribe to stuff, and you used to just fill it out, put a little check, put it in an envelope, and then send it. And then they'd put you on, and then you'd get one every month for a certain amount of time until you renewed. Okay, The Busiest Man in Comics by Greg McElhatton. All right, so who's he saying? I think he's saying Rob Lightfeld. I hope everyone's realized I love Speedball. All right, so this is a long article by him. Then you had some more Valiant ads. The State of the Valiant Address. Okay, so a little extensive interview between. Oh yeah, I remember this. Robert Samsel and Barry. I forget who. Let's see here. Steve Masarski, Bob Layton, John Hurts, and Barry Windsor Smith. So it's like a round table. All right, that's cool. And you just read through that. I'm not gonna read it for you, but pretty lengthy. All right, that probably was a juicy read back then because the Valiant universe was, you know, catching a lot of fire, a lot of good characters. People were into it. Turok, all that good stuff, all of them. All right, Archie ad for cards. Comic book cards. Wow. Damn. A Boy and His Aardvark, an article by the Dave Sim interview. So another right here. And then Ron Thomas. Okay. Another interview with him or about bringing uh, a vampire from movies into comics and what the difficulties are of that as compared to the other way around. Okay. An ad for Dark Horse Comics back then, this winter. Aliens, which they were big on. All right. Let's see. What's this in the middle here? I think this is a poster. Oh, and it used to come with a free poster every time. So usually the cover, they had it as a poster right in the middle. So then you also got a free poster with it. They even did a special edition, a few special editions of just posters of covers they did, and even covers they probably didn't do. So, an arachnid in a hard place. Oh, that's another great cover they did. That's when you unwrap it, then you see Carnage on the other side there too. That was huge at the time. Carnage had just been introduced. So let's see what else. Batman, The Depressed Knight. It's another. Okay, they're talking about another Batman movie that had just came out at the time. Okay, and then a piece by Doris Schwartz. All right, Wizard's Realm. Okay, and then they used to do this. I never got to do it, but they used to have fans send art that they drew, and then they put a little section just for fans sending their art of like wizard covers that they'd imagined up. So let's see what we find here. I know that in some editions, they ended up printing someone's submission of someone who ended up becoming like in the industry eventually. I'm not sure if that's the case in this one, but it's happened before. Okay. All right. So then another ad for Dragon's Den. And then we get into the toys, a little bit of toys. They didn't go too far because eventually they ended up doing Toy Fair, which was all like a little more heavy duty toys. Contest number 17. Grand prize a set of limited edition gold and platinum versions of Unity number 1. So they always had giveaways, entries, comic book quiz. All right. Who has Batman not had some type of involvement with? Vicky Vale, A. B. Selena Kyle, C. Tim Burton, or D. None of the above. And obviously, in this question, the answer would be none of the above. Who was the original Green Goblin? A. Ozzy Osbourne. B. Harry Osborn. C. Norman Osborn. D. Ned Leeds. And the answer, of course, would be who was the original? Norman Osborn. So then you get a little bit into cards. At that time, Batman Returns had just popped off. So you had the cards coming out for that. And then you had the X-Men. Was that Series 2? Yeah. So Series 2 on the X-Men had just come out. So they're talking about that. Hottest new comics. Okay, so this... Is this... Oh, so this is like a little price guide for the trading cards. Yeah. Okay, so X-Men trading cards here. It has the holograms, the heroes, as it all broken down. Villains, teams, X-Men, allies, danger room, checklist. And then it has like a bunch of other ones. Arthur Adams, The Punisher, Todd McFarlane, Series 1, Todd McFarlane, Series 2. Full set, cards per set, price range per card. And then it has individual prices of the cards up here. This one's a breakdown where it's just a summary. And then Series 1 of Marvel Universe right here, which was awesome. That was like big deal. And then Series 2, that's the one where I caught on. Series 2. And they had the Cable and Deadpool card in that one, which almost popped off there for a second a few years ago. Series 3, I was on that one. I still got all of them in a box, all of them. DC Comics, Cosmic cards. All right, so that's the little card price guide. Then picks. Here's their top picks of the hottest books shipping in December. Venom number 1. Okay, I remember when that popped off. That started. Shadow Man number 11. Punisher 29 number 1. 2099. Spawn number 8 was just coming out. Archer and Armstrong. Eternal Warrior from Valiant. And then a whole bunch of more picks of stuff to just keep your eye out for, hyping things up. And then this month's number 1s. And it will tell you all the number 1s coming out. And then the best part, you had your top 10. Top 10 comics for December 1992. Magnus, Robot Fighter number 12. It will tell you the artist and the writer, show you a picture of the cover. Spawn number 4 was number 2. Bloodshot number 1 was number 3 with that chromium cover. Shadowhawk number 1 was number 4. Eternal Warrior number 4 was number 5. That's the introduction of Rye, I believe. Yep. Rye number 4 was number 6. Rye number 3 was number 7. Amazing Spider-Man 101, Introduction to Morbius, was number 8. Harbinger number 4 was number 9. Shadow Man number 8 was number 10. Valiant, as you can see, Valiant was like dominating. It probably was pretty new at that point. Okay. Wizard Market Watch, and your top 100 books for November 1992. Top 10, November 1991. So they actually did a top 10 from the year before to update you, and who's in the top 100 and by publisher and how many books. Wow, cool. Okay, and then this is where the price guide starts. The market watch, and then you have a glossary of all artists and writers they were documenting at that point, and then you have your price guide. So let's take a look at, let's say, okay, Alpha Flight. Number one, right there. Uh, Introduction of each member of the team, origin of Alpha Flight, and then a cameo of one of the characters. Okay, and then it tells you the artist abbreviation, writer abbreviation, and then it tells you price. And then you could tell if something went up by purple, I believe, or if it went down. Where's that guide? There it is. Okay, so then about the price guide, how to use the price guide. So gray means it went down, purple means it went up. Yep. Okay. So let's go to the end of the price guide here because we're going to wrap this up. Then you used to have a section that just showed you, all right, special thanks at the end of the price guide there. Shows and conventions by state. How awesome is that? I mean, back then, that would, for a kid who knew nothing and wasn't in the scene already, this was awesome to let me know when something was coming around. Which now we have way better ways of communicating that quickly, more quickly and repeatedly without even trying or paying for ads. Then you have some magic words, which is letters from fans about Wizard, and then they'd answer back, kind of like the bullpens. Some letter art. People used to animate the letter covers, the envelopes. So as you can see there, the tick, Captain America and Bucky, the way he originally was. Then you can see somebody here doing some crazy Archangel there, and then Gambit. Also, someone could have, who got theirs printed, could have ended up making their way into the industry eventually later on. It's happened before. And then at the end, great Stan Lee ad. Nobody laughs at Marvel like Marvel does. All right. And then signed comics, an ad for a shop. And then on the back, at this time, this is like one of the biggest things that ever happened. Here lies Earth's greatest hero. It's where were you when Superman died? So this is advertising the trading cards. Okay. Really, really cool. Okay. So we showed you that. That's really cool and all. But like I said, I don't have any of the comics like here with me now. Um, I wish I did, but I don't. They're in the storage unit, being in good, preservation. However, I do still have the free swag. So let's go over some, and they were numbered. Like so, check it out: Angela, Purgatory, Chromium cards, J. Scott Campbell, one of my favorites, Lady Death, Spider Man, and it's cut different. They had such good ideas for the cards. She, Iron Man, this one's cut different, as you can see. Batman versus Wildcat, The Darkness, Superman when he became electricity, Witchblade, Vampirella, Nightwing, Darkchild, She-Hulk and Fairchild from that crossover, Divine Right by Jim Lee. And then we get into these other cards, the Max, Shaman's Tears, Battlestone by Rob Liefeld. Uh, let's see. Pitt, which we just got another one. Then you had Wildcats, Jim Lee, Cyberforce, Silvestri, Spawn, Violator, X-Force. And then they had like stuff promoting trading cards. So Marvel Silver Age, Batman hologram for the Mark of Cain series, Batman 100. Promo card by the Hildebrands, all right, for Star Wars Shadow of the Empires. Another Santa Todd, Holly Day by Jim Lee. Beavis and Butthead, check that out. And it's like you can see through it. Acetate. Jean Grey promoting Fleer Ultra, I believe. Yes, Fleer Ultra. Witchblade Darkness. Witchblade, one of my favorite artists ever, Michael Turner. Spawn movie trading card. DC Joe Jusko, Superboy, promoting Superman, Man of Steel. Daredevil movie, when that was coming out. DC cards, Bloodlines. Ooh, another, the amalgam of Dark Claw, Batman Wolverine. Star Wars promo. Another Rob Liefeld promo, Youngblood. X-Men 30th anniversary, I believe. Yeah. That was a cover. That was one of the Wizard covers. There goes that Superman. We just got another one. NWO, Topps card for WCW. There you go. So like I said, promos of all sorts. Like, it was wild. That was like a good time. Great time back in the day. Collectibles were surging. Like, people thought everything was collectible. So, last thing we're going to go through, as you can see here, I had them in order. So, actually, these two go right here. Besides the ones I opened up, which they used to, at the beginning, they used to only put, they had the number on the front, right? But you had on the side the month and the year. And then eventually, I guess it just print wise, it just probably was better to just put the number. So then at a certain point, they switched over to the number. So I did have them in order. This is the way they started out. And then eventually they changed to the number on the side, like by number 30 or 40. And then it keeps going down right here. So actually, this stack goes right here. Bam. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then it keeps going down right here. So we got what? 60s, 70s, 80s. Then it jumps into the 90s. And then the hundreds. And then we're talking, this one's going down. I have number 165 on the bottom, and I'm missing plenty. Now, there's some that were made where they had the cover by one of my favorite artists, so then I just took that to the storage unit as well. Okay. Then they had special editions. So, for instance, you would have an Alex Ross new poster inside and X-Men special edition with all the X-Men stuff going on at that time, which is always cool. X-Men were a big, huge. Like, there was like 15, 20, 30 bucks. Let's see. Tomb Raider. Okay. Tomb Raider special edition. I used to love taking these on trips, like on plane rides, and I just read them the whole time. Top Cow Universe. That's when Michael Turner started with Witchblade there. Toy Fair. All right. Freddy and Jason. This is the McFarlane figures. Dark Book 98, a Wizard special production. And this is just a preview for all the hottest villains. Another X-Men special publication, okay? Going over all the X-Men related stuff. One for Spider-Man, special edition. This one is a Superman tribute from when he died, and it has like a kind of a fancy cover, shiny on his outfit and Doomsday's clothing, and it folds out. So you had that. Then you'd have something like 100 Most Collectible Comics edition. Really cool. I still have that one bagged. Wait, does it have anything good in it? No, I don't think it has any cards. One of my favorite special editions, Fathom, all Michael Turner. All right, that's oh, this one hardcover, uh, very slim, but Wizard, Alex Ross, Millennium Edition, one of my favorite books, and of course another hardcover, Michael Turner Tribute Edition. This is after he passed away, after quickly taking over the comic book world with his art, uh, over a short course. He had like he was only getting better too, and then he just passed away. Very sad. Died young, but one of the best in a short time. And that one is one of my favorite Wizards also. The other thing to make of note of Wizard is at a certain point, at a certain number, they went to magazine size. Very flimsy, not very good. Lighter stock on the front, but heavier than the internal, which is more like regular. Very flimsy. And they changed the size. They also did special editions just the same. So Watchmen special edition. Um, this is just platinum edition. So right then, Watchmen was coming out in the movies. 2009 preview of 35 pages of comics, and Lost was huge back then. So pretty cool. All right. World of Warcraft. That's an ad on the back, upper deck. And we had a ton of them here too. And then that goes all the way down there. So there you have it. That's your Wizard, the Guide to Comics Wizard Rewind. Taking that flashback time machine down with Tyme Studios. And we just went back and showed you part of my childhood, my young teen years. Uh, I used to read all of these. And that was huge back then. So print is pretty much obsolete. So, it's not easy. It's almost impossible to make money on print when you can digitally just go instantly all over the world. So that pretty much spelled their demise, and they started disappearing slowly from even the 7-Elevens, and then bam, just gone forever. But that's the way it goes. But they're still around because people like me still have them, and we talk about them. So that's how it goes. And hey, maybe bring it back in some essence. I mean, cover price, figure out. Cover price already does a great top 10 and other, like, wrap up of comic books content. So maybe they should figure some way to incorporate a little more of that back into it. That'd be very nostalgic, and take you back through time. Speaking of time, we'll see you next time. Same toy time, same toy channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on the rewind. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, each other, and be safe, everybody. Peace.